Welcome. Like that hot breath that just hit you. Welcome to the idea of comedy. If you are not a true fan, a true lover of comedy, this is not for you. You might as well change it. Go look at some theater of some sorts. This is not that. But the first topic of the very first episode of what I will hope is a very long-lasting show is Kevin the Great Hart. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, oh, Cat Williams is funnier than him. Please get the fuck off of this fucking show. This is not for you. I don't want to hear your damn opinion about who you think is funnier or any of this. Because when I start bringing up numbers, that's when it's all I don't give a fuck who you think is funnier. I have numbers to prove who's selling out more seats. But that's nor here or there, I guess. I'm only saying this because I seen some argument today about, who's the funniest? And they had some guy and made a comment, and I shouldn't be looking at these comments because there's a billion people in the world and they're just saying shit. But, if you seen a comment that says your name and it says, hey, I seen him last week and his butt stank, you have this urge to comment on there like, hey, this guy's lying. My butt did not stink. He didn't even see me. And this guy had all these comedians, Richard, Eddie, and he was putting them down by Eric, Richard for the 70s, and Eddie for the 90s, the 80s or whatever, and I think he had Chris for 90s or whatever. And he had Cat Williams for the 2010s. First off, let me just say this. First off, let me fact check before 1 second. Hold on. Because I don't want to say this without the facts. Okay, let's see where we get. 1 second. What am I saying 1 sec for? Where do you gotta be? Okay. We have I'm a Grown Little Man, which was his first one, 2009. We have Seriously Funny. It was a TV premiere. A lot of people didn't really see that much. That was in 2010. We'll put that to the side. That really wasn't a special. We have Laugh My Pain at 2011. We have Let Me Explain in 2013 and What Now in 2016. Okay. Let's just look at that for motherfuckers who want to say Cat Williams had the 2010s or anybody had these 2010s and Kevin's not funny and his stand up. It's like, where the fuck did you live when Laugh at My Pain and Let Me Explain, that was made between 2011 and 2013, where were you? Where were you when everybody was, all right, you gonna learn today. You gonna learn what a long dick look like. Where were you? Were you under the Cat Williams rock? I don't get it. People say these things about my guy. That's what you got to call him when you're talking about my guy. People say these things about this motherfucker, but it's all false information. It's all bullshit that people have put in their brains to believe. It's like somebody who was there when Jesus was on the cross and didn't like him. It's like, Jesus was 5'8", man. Jesus had to be at least 6'1", 6'2", at least. Jesus had to be at least Curry's height, at least 6'3". Hooping motherfucker, at least. It's like Kevin Hart, because they try to put, It's just his movies. He was a movie star. It's like, bro, none of this stuff that you are saying is facts. Yes, he became a movie star, but let's rewind. Kevin Hart's first movies were bootlegs and side pieces. His very first movie, he was put in with Jermaine Dupri, co-starred with Benny Siegel, written with Charlie Murphy and fucking what's his name? Not Quake. It's Capone, that New York comedian, the older New York comedian, Capone. I don't know he's from New York. You just gotta say that like you know him. That older New York comedian. Yeah, the guy from Philly. He loves, you know what I'm saying? He always had nachos with him. And I don't know. His second movie was what? His second movie wasn't Soul Plane. I don't think. I think he went to the. Hold on. Let another fact check. Fact check. That's when it's fact check time. Let's see this, ladies and gentlemen. Drum roll, please. Okay. Yeah, I was correct. I fact checked and I was right. So, Paper Soldiers, 2002. Scary Movie, 2003. Soul Plane, 2004. Okay? Mind you, I already said his first comedy special was 2009. So all through these times, he's over here fighting hard, trying to get something in the, you know what I'm saying, in the movie work, where people would try to say, oh, he's a movie star. It's like, what comedian didn't want to be a movie star? What comedian whole dream, stand-up comedian specifically, whole dream, because those are the real comedians, but what dream of a stand-up comedian was like, oh yeah, I wanna be in fucking airplane. I wanna be in fucking not airplane. What the fuck is that shit called? I wanna be in fucking airports my whole career. I wanna travel my whole career. I never wanna be just in my city, maybe travel just for some movie work, get some good money and go home to spend time with the family. Like, no, who the fuck says no? I want to travel all the fucking time to collect all the money. Like, no, there's comedians out there who are die-hard comedians. You know what I'm saying? Who never switch over. Who, look at Dave specifically. Dave, I think, has what? One movie of his own? One leading role? If I'm not mistaken. One movie? Even he had to go to TV. He had to go do skits. Like, the goal is always to the screen because that's where the money is. But I guess this guy does all of this, right? And I'm only saying this because to the point of, like I said earlier, somebody was trying to give the 2010s to Cat Williams, and it was just crazy to me. I don't know what the fuck Cat Williams was doing. Should we fact check? Fact check! Let's see. Is that the drum roll? Yeah. Drum roll, please. This is not a drum roll. Okay. I guess he did the voice of a fucking pigeon. That's not, I guess in 2010 is when he dropped Cat Williams 9 Lives. Let's refresh on what the fuck that even was. I know what you're thinking. How that says he talking about comedy? It's a lot of comedy. Let's not talk about it. You know what I mean? Sometimes I'll just be hating on Cat because he be hating on Kev. Do we gotta speak on it? No, we don't. 9 Lives. I don't know what the hell this is. What the fuck? What the fuck you? What the motherfucking heliante? What the fuck? What the heli? What the motherfucking heliante? I don't know what this is. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see it. I couldn't tell by the... I seen the cover art of it, but I didn't see him actually standing on stage. If I'm not mistaken, this was the one when he had... No, this isn't that. Oh, which one was this? If this isn't the one with... I don't know. We're going to look at it. We're going to put a clip on there. I'll put a clip on here.
Force shit down our throats. Had Jason Collins come out as the first openly gay basketball player. That's fine and all, but nigga, you can't suck at both things. I said we didn't know you was gay, and we didn't know you was a basketball player, nigga. What the fuck? This nigga averaged 0.3 points a game. We do that shit from the house.
So you can see. But my point exactly. It's like, fuck out of here. While you're doing 9 lives in 2010, the man himself was coming out next year with Laugh at My Pain, which is probably, besides Let Me Explain, I think Laugh at My Pain was definitely his breakout. So I'm going to call it his biggest. But, you know, Let Me Explain was different. That was, help me, nigga. Harry, hey. These are all jokes that I can repeat and they ring bells for the people that say he's not funny. What is he, just rememberable looking motherfucker? But anyways. Yeah, it just goes to show my point of all this. Oh, he's not as funny. Like, bro, who's funnier is always a fucking opinion, bro. That's an opinion. You know what I mean? People out here, I can show them whoever you think is the funniest. As people want to say, oh, I go for all the guys that people love to bring up. Oh, Bernie Mac, Eddie Murphy. You know what I'm saying? That's good. Mike Epps, Chris Rock. These are all the guys that they love to bring up. I mean, granted, some of these are the greatest. But all these people, I guarantee you, I can show somebody. There are plenty of people. Not even some. I can show plenty. Some of their finest work. And they're going to look at that shit with a straight face. Like, what am I looking at? They're going to be watching that shit like British sex, man. Like, it's British porn. That's what they're going to watch it like. Like, what the... Morty! That's what they're going to be looking at. Bullshit. In their eyes. But you know what they can't take away from Kev? Which is my main point, before I even got on the whole rant about that, is that he's the most consistently longevity comedian that we have ever seen. 46. 46 is the age that he's at. That's the age that he dropped his recent comedy special, Acting My Age. 46. If you look at any other comedian at the age of 46, they nowhere near had a career of consistency like that. They've had big stuff in the middle, but about time Eddie Murphy was 46, that's when he came out, I think, with his biggest box office pummel ever. And I granted, that doesn't always mean anything. Fumbling in the box office does not always mean anything, especially of that time, because shit, look at Harlem Nights. Harlem Nights did terrible in the theaters. Harlem Nights is one of the most greatest comedy movies that you can. If you were teaching a class of comedy movies, especially when you get to the black part of the subjects, specifically, it's like, how do you not put that movie on in the first 2-3 classes? I only say 2-3 because maybe you know what I'm saying, you go through earlier stuff, which I will get you uneducated comedy monkeys hip to once I learn it, looking motherfucker. But with that being said, and I lost where the fuck I was. Oh yeah, he didn't. Nobody. He came out at Eddie Murphy. Blah, 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 let's rewind. Eddie Murphy had 46 that came out with, what is it, Adventures of Pluto Nash? Like, that was the worst box office movies he ever fucking had. I think, how old was, like, Chris when he did Chris Rock's age? When he did what I Think I Love My Wife. And I Think I Love My Wife is a great movie to me. But that was kind of the pinnacle of like, oh, you're putting out bad shit. Not bad shit, but you know, this ain't what we thought. He was 42. He was 42 when he put that shit out. And I just seen a movie quite recently. Also, Chris was 47. That's 1 year older than Kev, where he is now, when he put out 2 Days in New York. I don't know. I've watched that movie and I couldn't fucking finish it. It was a bunch of foreigners. It wasn't a bunch of foreigners, but it was enough to the point where it's like, all right, I've heard not enough English to like throw me off. I don't even know what they're saying. This isn't really that much entertaining. He was kind of being the same way he was in I Think I Love My Wife, which is not the same funny Chris and with less energy. You know what I'm saying? He was 47. Yeah, 6'7" for the kids in the back. But I don't know. Moral of all of these stories is that Kev is him. We could say whoever we think is funniest or not, funnier, that doesn't fucking matter. At the end of the day, that is all opinion based. There's a bunch of people right now who you can turn on a date that can go see Adele live and will be bored out of their minds, screaming to the top of their own inner conscious, like, please let me out of this building. I don't want to hear another single note from Adele. So yes, comedy is subjective, but what isn't subjective is the obvious work in production that we have seen, which is Kevin, number one of that. Number one consistent top black comedian. I didn't need to add the black, but that added a little flavor. Split out! So, that being said, this is the end of the idea of comedy. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was intriguing. I hope you argue with somebody today about it, because who really cares? I love you for listening. Have a good one. Go Kev.